Good afternoon and welcome to the Uproute magazine's podcast. This is our first episode and we are so excited to have our first guest, Yana Smaglo. She is a businesswoman who has overcome some serious odds. She is a refugee from Ukraine who fled the country after the war. She managed to settle in Huddersfield, where she has opened a distribution company for Ukrainian designers. Hello and welcome, Yana. Thank you so much for being here. We're so grateful to have you on. We're just going to ask, I think, a quick couple of questions just about your experiences with the business and your experiences as a refugee and how you've managed to overcome a lot of challenges. So, yeah, thank you so much for doing this. Yeah.
No problem. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Um, I wanted to kind of start with when the war first broke out. Um, how would you describe the feelings? How are you feeling when it first occurred, and how did you almost react to it initially?
Oh, shock. I've been really shocked, and we had a lot of gossips around this before, but mm, I didn't think that it actually can be real.
Mm,
So when it started, like in the morning, I've been shocked and scared, and I didn't know what to do and what to think. Usually, like I really reacted quite quickly.
mm,
So I've been okay. I need to run to office, close it, take my laptop, call to whom I should call. So in general, I did some actions quick and mm, and I did right actions. But inside, it was just uh, terrifying what's going on. And, mm, so yeah, it's really the feeling is really surreal.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know even how to explain it.
mm,
Just, yeah, you just can't believe that it's actually happening, you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Um,
So yeah.
yeah. And then I think I'm gonna pass you over to my partner here for the next question.
Hi, sorry, just because of the way the
Oh.
computer is, it's difficult to get us all in. So I just wanted to ask you, what was the inspiration behind starting up your company, Nenya?
uh, the inspiration was to help Ukraine as much as I can, according to my background and knowledges. So basically, I arrived to the UK. I started to look for a job. I thought, okay, what should I do? How should I support myself financially and everything? And then one of the days, I seated in the kitchen and, applied for some jobs and started to think, actually, I did business all my life. And I started to think what actually I can do. And I spoke with my colleagues who stayed in Ukraine, who still did manufacturing stuff, but of course they stopped for some time because nobody knows at that time what's going on, how to sell, how to deliver. Like that was absolutely not clear for anyone. And yeah, I spoke with some of my colleagues because my own business been destroyed and I lost it. But yeah, and I wanted to help them because they have a lot of people at the manufacturers. They need to support them. They need to pay salaries. They need to give them a job. They need to sell. They need to pay taxes to Ukrainian economy. The war, it's really hard, tough thing, not only physically, but also from economical perspective, it's really expensive. And I couldn't let my country to fall apart, and I wanted to do something to help, because it's my country. So I wanted to do at least as much as I can according to my background, my knowledges and skills. That's why I decided to try. to sell Ukrainian products in the UK, first of all, and then like a worldwide thing came later. But yeah, I wanted to do something and help them and check how can I help and how can I help another refugees in the UK, because that's not really easy thing to be a refugee in foreign country. So yeah, that was actually my motivation for the project.
And how hard was it to kind of reestablish that distribution network in the UK compared to, because I know you also had initial success in Ukraine, but how hard was it to then kind of reestablish connections and everything like that?
I would say it was quite hard. First of all, language barrier.
Yeah.
I I'm not the like my English not so good, but
Mm.
time it was worse.
Yeah.
So no, I knew English, but it's totally different than when you like I had when I had my business in Ukraine. I had a lot of suppliers from Europe, Spain, Italy, China. So it one thing to speak with somebody in English from Europe, another thing to come to the UK and speak with the people in the UK. So I was really struggle to understand people. I was really struggle to express myself properly. But to be honest, that wasn't the biggest issue for me. It was one of small issues. I didn't know anyone. Uh, I did. I didn't know how everything works here. But I just been, at the position where I have nothing to lose. I didn't have money. I don't have home anymore, like house or something. I had nothing to lose. I had just idea, and I start to um, pronounce this idea out loud. So just talk with the people that I would like to try. And then I had interview with Yorkshire Post, and they post this like uh, a part of interview and LinkedIn, and a lot of local people started to contact with me, and it was like first huge steps for the establishing company. Like in Ukraine, to get the items from Ukraine wasn't really hard because, you know, I have some people there knows me, and I have some reputation there, and they know that I'm quite serious person, and if I want to build something, probably I will do it. But people here, they didn't know me. I don't have a reputation here. I don't have any connections here. So that was like do this step in in nowhere was quite hard, but I'm happy that I did it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that I met right people who actually helped me a lot with everything, and people who've been so open and helpful and so kind to me, and they believed in the project. So yeah, that was find these people and do this first step, and say that it's me. I'm from Ukraine, and I really want to do this project. That was probably the hardest thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to just to add to that, was that pretty isolating for you at first when you, you didn't know much English, you didn't know anyone in the UK? What was that sort of what was that feeling getting started out?
Hmm, weird. I never been in the UK before, so it was my first visit to the UK. Mm, was hard with the language, but I really wanted to learn it properly, and to speak with everyone and express myself and understand everyone around. So I didn't afraid of my uh, I didn't afraid of the fact that I don't know English, and tell it to the people like, sorry, my English not so good. I could speak. It's not like I didn't know it at all. I could speak. It's just totally different experience to speak with native speakers. um and it sometimes it's even now, sometimes it's stressful, sometimes I'm so tired and I can't like I can understand everything that people saying to me, but I cannot express myself. And sometimes I'm so tired in my brain, like, and I cannot to make any sentence. It's tough sometimes, but um, I hope I'm getting better with all these years. And yeah, the fun fact that my Ukrainian friends and my European friends, I'm traveling because of my work. I'm traveling a lot, like in Europe, France, Belgium, Spain, and they're all telling me that I have an English accent, which is absolutely not true. But for them, for some point, they hear me like, "Oh, you have so British accent." I'm like, "No." If you would say something like this to British person, they would laugh into your face.
And then where would you see your ambitions for the future? So how do you see your business in 5 years? What would you say is the goal?
Wow, this question, I know that it's in general it's normal question, but probably not for people. Like, you need to understand that after the war started, probably I don't know any of Ukrainians who actually planning their life for this long period of time.
Mm.
Like, basically war touched us not make any big plans for, like, because everything can happen. So basic in general, my ambition and my goal to build a big distribution company which supplies the best Ukrainian products and services internationally. What I do, we at the moment, it's no like competitors with us. We are first, and we like creating this road. So maybe some company will be established after, but we are actually making this road. Before, the situation was before, especially with the fashion market, that a lot of fashion brands in Ukraine, they produce and sell in Ukraine. Maybe like some couples items in Europe or somewhere, but it's not like massive production and actual orientation for the European and American market, which is our biggest markets. um, the population in Ukraine was 46 million people, so it's quite big market, and they've been okay. So now we are like the first company like this, and we want to build like huge distribution chain between Ukraine and Ukrainian products and services and all the rest of the world. So at the moment, we work in three continents, but I want to get all countries, all continents, and supply our products, which is not easy, but we're still going.
And talking about your personal development, how have you built your own sort of personal resilience in the last 5 years?
A lot of people saying that I'm resilient, but I'm not feel like this. It's just I did business all my life. I know how it's work. I have this mm, type of mind, if I can say so. I want to quit almost every day. I'm not the person who would tell you, no, I would never quit. It's my life. It's no. Sometimes I have such a big problems that I think why I'm doing it, like why I put in myself in such a big troubles because like it doesn't work. But at the same time, I feel like I have responsibilities. In Ukraine, more than 500 people who works. and on at our factories, and they need a job, and it's more and more responsibilities with the years, and I feel like I need to do it. So yeah, it's more than I have no choice probably, because the smarter way would be to get a job, have constant income, no stress, because I have a lot of stress because of war. Uh, like have more stable life, because it's all about your health, about your, I don't know, uh, immune system and everything. All the stress, it's coming and hits you a lot. I almost cannot sleep. I always under pressure with the stress and everything. So in general, I feel like it's not smart way that I have, but I have a lot of responsibility. So it's not about resilience or something. It's about that I cannot uh, leave it.
Mm, mm. And think, oh, is it my turn? Yeah. Uh, what would you say, following on from that, what have you learned about yourself in the past few years?
Oh, I learned that I'm probably stronger than I thought. And I'm crazy enough. Let's say I'm crazy enough, and um, like it's all challenges. And so I had some challenges in Ukraine, like at some level, yeah, and it's absolutely not the level of challenges. And I can go through loss. I can go through a lot of things that I before never met in my life. I can adapt in another country, which is also not easy. Uh, so yeah, probably that's what I learned about myself. Um, yeah.
And your experience on Dragon's Den, what was that like for you, and what did you learn from that?
That was really interesting experience, and yeah, that was really interesting experience. It's hard to say. I did long preparation, and it was like something that I never ex- absolutely new experience. I never had anything like this in my life. And yeah, that was interesting. Unfortunately, I cannot say anything more.
That's okay.
That's okay. And when looking at your entire story so far, the themes that are surrounding it, what would you say is the main theme of your story? What would you say is the thing that you kind of want it to be about? Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting question. What it's about? Everything that
Mm,
I'm doing with the purpose. It's not about, of course, I have ambitions, but it's not about like before. I built a business in Ukraine just because of my ambitions, and my motivation was like get earn the money, express myself in designing way, because I had like few fashion brands. But my ambitions before were really basic, like I have knowledges, I have skills, I'm using it, and earning the money. Now this project, it's on top of my ambitions, and it's more about my country. And before, I never knew that I actually love my country so much. So even the experience with dragons then and everything, it was only about to remind the people what's going on, and that we need support and we need a help. And yeah, because it's really important. And I know that people tired from the bad news and everything, but believe me, Ukrainians tired also. And it's just here. It's not like at some other continent or really far from. No, it's just here and it's happening. So probably everything around this project and all thing, it's about Ukraine. Um, yeah. So basically, if I could hide myself and say, this is Ukrainian project, this is Ukrainian products, please buy, I would do this because I'm not really public person. But unfortunately, in this situation, I'm a face of the company and the project that I'm doing, and like the fact that I'm refugee from Ukraine also, uh, like the face of the whole company and situation. But yeah, probably it's all about help for my country.
Mm, mm. Um, and what is one thing that you think people misunderstand about refugees, especially in this country?
You know, I heard a lot of stories, and I know the situation now with all refugees and uh, immigrant situation in the UK from the news. But I never had bad personal bad experience. Sometimes people can be not patient with my English, for example, or my accent or something. Sometimes, really rare, and it's like really small thing that mm, not bothering me. Probably what at some point, especially if like some refugees achieved something and do something, well. What I see that local people, they started to they forgetting that you are refugee, and they accepting you and talk with you, that you have the same abilities and rights in this country that they are. So I don't have like bad experience, but just recently I spoke with my friend, and he just established his business, and he has all this uh, problems with the like new business and everything, stress and everything. And we had a conversation. He was, yeah, now I'm like you, and we're the same boat. And I'm like, no, 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 we are not on the same boat. Our boats really far from each other. I'm here, I have temporary status, I have no home, I'm homeless, I'm like renting the home, but I have no my home, no family here. uh, and I'm fighting with this every day. And I know that I'm maybe not showing it, but it's actually what's happening. And you like, you have, and I don't want to make your situation smaller, it's just different, we're just not in the same boat. So it's a little bit, sometimes people forgetting, mm, when they're talking with me, they forgetting that I'm actually here from absolutely different perspective, uh, and live little bit different life that they have. But it's not, I think it's probably not so bad then. If they feel like, that equality with me, like I don't know how to explain it properly, but I hope you understand what I mean. um but yeah, I don't have bad experience here, in general. For now, we will see how it will be. But again, about the plans for the future and everything, I have a refugee status. How can I think about future, that when my visa like finishing
Yeah.
now, then for another, like I cannot make plans like this. I'm having plans for like distant future, like small parts, small steps, and that's all. So yeah.
And then I think our final question for the day is, so what would you say has been the biggest inspiration over the past few years, and who has been the biggest help to you, and who are you most grateful for? So it's quite a few, but
Oh, yeah, probably the biggest, like, I've been really, really grateful for my team. They did so much work for me. They put so much effort, and yeah, they helped me a lot. I don't know what I would do without them. And inspired me, and they believe in me. And also, I was like, I've been inspired from them because they so believe in me. And I was like, I cannot, I cannot, you know, take them down or something. They expecting from me, and I need to be, I don't know, the actual person in whom they believe. So probably it's all team, it's all that we achieved. Every time that I'm achieving something, I'm like, okay, what next? Wow, I did it. What next? What next? What can I do next? And probably this actually inspiring me a lot. I'm not like a person who inspires from some, I don't know, idols or something. Like it's a lot of uh, people, mentors or something. I'm more person who inspires from the journey and what's happening, what's business turning to, what project turning to. Okay, we're here, and we came to another country. We got another country. We got like covered by Nenya, and all this. For example, sometimes I'm making a map. Where is the Nenya? Where are we selling? Where we have new the feeling this map, like, oh wow, wow. I could even dream about this 4 years ago, and now we have it. So this is inspires me, like the our road, and how we're achieving it. This is inspiring me probably the most.
oh, wow, that's a very good answer. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it from us. That was very good. So thank you so much. It was very interesting to hear everything about your perspectives and yeah, just how hard it is, and but also how much resilience one needs to do something like this. So thank you so much. It was really helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, if you need anything like pictures, something, let me know. Yeah, I will
Okay,
send you
perfect.
everything.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks,
Thank
Yana.
you, Yana. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
You
You
too.
too. Bye.